Morgan-Hijab, a prominent British activist and YouTuber with about 1 million subscribers, has gained widespread recognition for his dedicated efforts in fostering a deeper understanding of Islam. With a dynamic online presence, he has harnessed the power of digital media to engage people from diverse backgrounds in dialogues about the Islamic faith. In a recent debate with Piers Morgan, Hijab stated that the notion that Israel is defending itself is as absurd as the notion that the rapist is defending itself from the victim, because Israel is the occupier. To further develop his view, Hijab used an argument based upon comparing the Israel-Hamas war to Irish resistance to British colonialism. It's important to note that the use of analogies in debates is a matter of personal perspective, and people often employ them to illustrate their points. But let us agree for a moment with Hijab in drawing an analogy between the Israel-Hamas conflict and the historical context of Irish resistance to British colonialism. Notably, Hijab stressed that Morgan is of Irish descent and should know that there was an IRA acting in Belfast. In a hypothetical situation, Hijab proposed to imagine IRA occupying council properties in Belfast, killing civilians, including children and elderly, raping women, taking hostages, and so on. His question to Morgan was, should the British Army and Royal Air Force specifically destroy those properties, destroy all of Belfast? Unfortunately, Morgan did not provide a strong argument against this proposition. He only mentioned that the IRA indeed committed a series of atrocities over numerous decades. However, they targeted in their eyes military and political targets. They usually gave some form of warning. For sure, they were terrorists, but they never, ever went out one day and committed the barbaric slaughter like we have seen in Israel. In my view, Morgan's arguments here are not strong enough and not even related to the situation in Israel. Let us imagine a different case which is much more relevant. Irish army conquers Northern Ireland, enters Belfast, kills more than 1,000 civilians, rapes, slaughters, and kidnaps. In fact, Ireland has a long history of fighting against British colonialism and struggle for real independence. Let's continue. The Irish army bombards the British Parliament in London, threatening to kill more civilians and even annihilate the UK as a political entity. What shall the British government do in this case? Where is the limit of proportionate response here? Why, in my view, is this comparison much more relevant than taking just IRA struggle as an example? Because the Israeli army is not present in Gaza. Hamas is the single democratically elected authority there. Since 2007, the area has been governed by this political and militant Islamist group. So Hamas is solely responsible. Moreover, people who elected terrorists to govern their land in fact support terrorism. So, as you see, the interpretations of the Morgan-Hijab's assertion can vary widely, and it is a subject for much more serious debate. However, it is important to approach such discussions with an open mind and a willingness to consider multiple viewpoints and nuances in the context of each specific situation.